Hey everybody, this is Carson. Thanks for listening to Movie Mavens. Before we get started, I do just want to warn you, I unfortunately accidentally recorded about the first 13 minutes using the wrong microphone. So if you start listening and you hate the way that it sounds, just skip ahead. The exact time code will be in the description. Okay, here it goes.
Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens, a podcast where we watch and review two movies that are related in some way. We call it a spicy double feature.
The films can be related through director, actor, plot, setting, even title. I'm one of your hosts, Annie Janes.
And I'm Carson Green, and this week's spicy double feature is inspired by Trump's mugshot. It is Old Boy and the Platform. Annie, do you want to speak to why we got this inspiration?
Well, I mean, both of these movies feature like prison in some way, and in these movies it's very interesting, but I actually was thinking about Old Boy. Old Boy, and just like the way... I'm not even going to say it because, you know what? I've had Old Boy spoiled to me before I saw it, and that was a huge bummer. So I can't even point another thing out, but there's another reason that there's a connection there. But yeah, prison.
Yeah. Also, foreign language. One is in Korean and one is in Spanish.
Yeah.
Foreign language to us, native English speakers.
Yes. And foreign films to the USA.
But before we jump into the double feature, Annie, what have you been watching?
I finally sat my butt down and watched a Paul Thomas Anderson movie I had not yet seen.
Oh.
And I'm not going to lie, this movie was going to be like the definitive, do I like this guy or not? Because... Was it
Magnolia?
No. I've seen that, but I was in high school. I need to rewatch. I barely count that as a watch.
Okay.
Because some of his movies I really dislike. And they really don't do it for me. And then a few of them I like pretty well. So
okay, say like Licorice Pizza, garbage. Boogie Nights, masterpiece.
Yes, 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Inherent Vice, didn't like it.
Nope, hate it even.
Yeah. So I watched Phantom Thread.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that. Okay. Oh my God, spill.
I had no idea what this movie was about.
Okay, love that.
As I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, this is what... And as you're watching it, it takes a while for you to figure it out. But once you figure it out, you're like, oh, okay. Like, you know, one of those. I thought it was really, really, really good.
Ooh, okay.
Like, the script is amazing. And Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, amazing. I might like this more than There Will Be Blood, which is like... you know, people say is his best. I need to rewatch that one as well. But it's just a weird premise. And it's with an actress I've never seen before in my life, which is cool. And she does a great job. And it's filled with a bunch of little moments that let you into these characters to like figure out what their deal is. Because it's hard to figure out what their deal is. And I don't even want to, because we want to see it, I don't even want to spoil the premise, really. Aside from that.
I mean, is it what we see in the trailer, that he like sews random things in clothes?
Yeah, he is like a fashion designer. But the plot is not built around that at all. Like, I thought the plot was going to be like, he has an assignment and he cannot do it because he's like fallen in love or because he's gone crazy or whatever it is. I thought he would like have that one thing he needs to make that he isn't able to, like a common artist's dilemma type story. But no, the fashion design thing is like just what he is, but it doesn't really affect the plot.
Interesting.
It's more just about the way these two characters interact with each other. And I really dug it. And I thought the musical was beautiful. I think it won the Oscar that year, but I recommend it. It's on Netflix.
Okay, let me tell you something about their performances specifically. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. I read that Daniel Day-Lewis. Okay, this is her first feature. That actress. It was
Okay.
her first feature, and Daniel Day-Lewis did not want to rehearse any scenes with her. And he also would not want to speak to her the day that they were shooting together. So that everything that they were saying and feeling and speaking on camera was like really raw, which on the one hand is like a really interesting way to go about doing your job. On the other hand, I don't know. It was her first feature, and I feel like that's like a very harsh way to kind of be thrusted into scenes with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Two things there. One, he historically like is a weirdo about his process. Like he's a method actor.
Uh-huh.
And that sounds very extra to me, but weirdly it reflects the themes and the connections in the film. And I think it probably helped. It probably added in this crazy way for both of them.
Okay. I want to see it.
You got to see it. The performance is really good. Dial in. It's a slower movie, but it's not like, when you watch Inherent Vice, you're like, what's the point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Specifically, yeah.
And Licorice Pizza is like also that.
Uh-huh.
This movie like is a little aimless, but it's so simple that you can tell it's like it's just two people.
Wow. Okay. I will be okay. I'll watch it. Also, listener, if you're listening to this and you want to hear more of our PTA opinions, we do have an episode with Licorice Pizza Boogie Nights, and
we did Inherent Vice at some point.
We did. That's a separate episode, I think.
We haven't done There Will Be Blood yet, or Magnolia. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
What's something you've been watching?
Well, I went and watched David Lynch's 35. I went and saw David Lynch's 35 millimeter. No, I saw David Lynch's Blue Velvet on 35 millimeter. And I've only ever seen this movie one other time. I tried to watch it at home. The only time I've ever watched it was in a theater. And then I tried to watch it at home and just like couldn't really push through. And that was like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago or something. It was this year. So when I saw that it was playing in a theater, I was like, okay, I want to try again. And it might just be one of those movies that needs a theatrical viewing. And I would say it does. It definitely does. The thing is that it is so loud, but it says almost nothing. Like, it just... And I think that way about a lot of Lynch's stuff. I think he's just like an artist, and he just like makes art rather than things to be picked apart. I think he makes art to be like to be spectated, like to just look at. I don't think that he makes art. I don't think that he makes movies for us to like sit down and analyze what he means by it, because it just like most of it is so nonsensical, but in a really like quirky, in a quirked up kind of way.
I'm not really a Lynch fan at all, really, because to me it's like anyone can put some weird ass shit on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
But to make a compelling story, that's really hard.
Yeah, and he ultimately does not, in my opinion, does not make a compelling story. In fact, I found myself feeling the same way that I was feeling when I watched it at home, of like, can I get a point here? Can I get like,
yeah.
I mean, there is a story there, of course, and it is structured. We do have 3 acts, it's a proper movie. But it's not really saying a lot. But Kyle MacLachlan gives a great performance. Isabel, I think her name is Isabel something or other. The Blue Velvet singer, she also gives a really compelling performance. Laura Dern, And there's a lot of really funny moments. Like the audience was laughing. I didn't feel the need to laugh out loud, but I recognized that it was funny.
I mean, because it's an older movie, that crowd is like a fan, so they're hamming it up. They're
Yeah.
like, we all
Oh,
love
yeah.
this, don't we, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
What could
It
you tell me
was-
what it's about?
Yes. Okay. So Kyle MacLachlan finds an ear, a human ear, in a field.
See, they always start so strong, damn it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
Twin
Like,
Peaks is
I'm
the same
hooked.
way.
He finds a human ear in a field and he takes it to a detective, and the detective is like, okay, don't worry, I'm on the case. But then Kyle MacLachlan can't let it go, and so he starts dating the detective's daughter, played by Laura Dern, and she is like, oh, I have info, and gives him a whole bunch of like inside baseball, like, because she hears conversations that he has. And then Kyle MacLachlan decides to take the case into his own hands, and he starts like, he's like a PI. He like starts spying on these people, trying to figure out like where this ear came from. And the thing is, like, we get the story, like we get what happened to it, and like we get like a crime. But it's not satisfying. It doesn't hit home. It was like it slugged through for like 45 minutes. I was like, let's like give me something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I probably won't watch it.
I don't think you should. I don't think you need to. I think unless you see it in a theater, but I don't know.
If I do, it's like an assignment. Like sometimes I gotta watch these movies, like just so I know. You know, it's like,
yeah,
you gotta see things, even if it's not your deal. You don't have to,
Yeah.
but like if, like I like to make films, so I feel like I need to watch a lot of them, even the ones I don't love. So
yeah, it's like homework. I
Mhm.
get that. That's how I feel too. I watch a lot of movies that are kind of like outside my comfort zone and like things that I don't want to watch necessarily. But yeah, just to like have the knowledge of it, so I can have conversation. I guess.
and to back up all the shit I am gonna talk about it, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, what else have you been watching?
I rewatched a movie I hadn't seen since high school. It's 1980's Airplane.
A fun. Oh
Exclamation
my
mark.
god.
Have you seen this? And if so, when's the last time?
I watched it one time with my dad when I was probably in high school.
Okay, yeah. It's still really, really funny. I still laughed out loud
Okay.
a lot. And there was multiple times I was worried about where the joke is going. And it was never as bad as I thought it would go, because it's an older
Mhm.
movie. And me and my friend that watched it with me, and then my husband were like talking about that, and we were guessing that maybe one of the writers is like one of the writers on like Blazing Saddles, because those people all work together, like with Leslie Nielsen. Because if there was a humor with like, there's some black people that like speak jive, and okay,
Back to Airplane.
like there's two black people that are speaking jive, which is like to the audience some language you cannot understand, but there's subtitles on the bottom, and I'm like, this can't end well,
Right.
but it makes the white people the butt of the joke.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, where it's like, I can't remember how, but there's like an old old white lady that like moves a flight attendant aside, like, I got this, I can speak with them, and it's just funny because she's really old and white, like, and there are definitely a few jokes that were like, oh, okay, that hasn't aged well. Overall, though, I was surprised. I still thought it was really funny, and then I was wondering, like, if you were to watch a comedy from like 2005, would it hold up as well as this?
Interesting.
And I don't think it would, and it probably would be have more like offensive moments.
Yeah. Yeah, like I watched recently, I guess, I don't know, maybe this year for sure, I watched He's Just Not That Into You,
Oh.
which is a comedy from probably 2005, 2006, and just like it is so, it's just such bad taste that it was borderline like unwatchable. It was really, anyway, that deduction is astute, I think. Like,
yeah, I mean, it all has something to do with who you're working with. And the time. That was not a good time.
No. There is a line from Airplane that I feel like me and my family still quote.
What is it?
And Don't Call Me Shirley.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic line.
Oh, no, wait. There's another one too that we quote often. I like if somebody says I'm nervous, they'll say, "Is it your first time?" No, I've been nervous before.
I've been nervous lots of times. And he's like, "Do you know how long until we?" Or can I ask you a question? Oh no, I can't remember. There's one that was like, "Do you know how long until we get to Chicago?" And he's like, "I could take a guess." Or sorry, I'm ruining this. I'm not even gonna try. Cut this out.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, that's Airplane. I recommend if you've never seen it, because there's not a lot of good comedies out there at all. Like, they don't even make comedies unless it's a TV show, which is odd. So we got to cherish those that are actually funny.
Yeah. Are we calling Barbie a comedy?
It is a comedy, but I don't think it's just a comedy.
Yeah.
But what else is it?
I mean, there's some heart in there, but I think there's heart in like every comedy.
Maybe it's just a comedy that's really good, so we aren't used to that. So we have to think it's something else too.
I don't know. I mean, I laughed the whole way through. Oh, it's coming into IMAX. I'm going to see it in IMAX.
Fun.
I'm excited.
Front row, baby. All right, what's something else you've been watching?
So I saw this on 35 millimeter. I saw Paris, Texas, which I had never seen before. I can't name anyone involved. I can't name the director. I can't name that main guy. If you can,
nope,
please. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't name any of it. But this has been on my list for a long time. It's from like 1995, I think, and I have just always heard that, like, people have always told me that I would really like it because it's really pretty. Which, like, listeners out there, if you hear this and you can think of a pretty movie to recommend to me, please do. I love a pretty movie. And Paris, Texas delivers. This movie is literally gorgeous. Sweeping landscapes, colors galore. Dude, every single frame could be like a photo printed and framed. Like, it's lit. It's so stunning. There's like, we spend some time in Texas, and so we're like in the desert with like big sky, big clouds, open road. And then we get like a lot of sunset shots, just like tons of blues, like dark blues, purples, oranges, so gorgeous, so well shot. And then just like all of the framing is done so perfectly. Like, everything in the frame makes sense and should be there and adds to not only like how pretty it is, but also adds to the story. Every single shot, every single frame, it's like magic, dude. I don't know how they made this movie to be what it is, but it is masterful. I would say like it's the prettiest movie I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
Like, just incredibly well shot. However, and this is a big however, it was 30 minutes too long, and I hated the end.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like how the story concluded?
Yep.
Dang, I gotta watch this. I've never seen it either.
I left the theater feeling really unsatisfied. I went with my boyfriend, and afterwards I was like, I'm upset.
Damn.
Like, not only did I not like how it ended, but also just like the reality of how the story ended hurt my feelings.
Wow. What did he think?
He felt the same way. He was like, yeah, it was too long and it ended. The end was wrong.
Okay.
The end was like, I mean, I get it was like in character for like what the characters did, but it left the movie unsatisfactory. Like it left me feeling unsatisfied.
Damn.
And I hate that. Like I gave this movie 2.5 hours of my life.
And for what? Well, it was pretty.
And for what? No, literally gorgeous. I am going to be thinking about that movie, and it's an LA movie. I know it's called Paris, Texas, but it's actually in Burbank.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I recommend. I think you should definitely watch it.
I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm. And what else have you been watching?
I started the HBO docuseries called Telemarketers.
Oh, I was looking at that. Okay, go on.
It's wild. I've only watched the first episode, but the premise is that there is this corporation business called CDG, which stands for the most bullshit words together that don't mean anything, like something development group, corporate development group. We'll call it that. And
okay.
They are like a telemarketing scam, but inside they will hire anyone, no matter your criminal record, no matter if you're doing heroin in the bathroom, doing the job fully drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And the filmmaker is actually an employee who was like, this is wild. I need to film this.
Interesting.
So he started filming it in like 2000 and something. And it just seemed to start that he's going to like uncover the scam. At first, it's just like, this is how wild the place is. And then he's like, wait, this is not right. So I'm really digging it. And I think it's really well done. All the footage is old, and it's really cool that this guy shot all this, because the reason he took the job is because he was a 14-year-old high school dropout, and that was like the only place that would hire someone that young.
Wow.
So
where is it?
That's taking place in New Jersey, but there are like offices all over, but they like specifically put them in, like poorer places because they want these people that are like on parole.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's
really good.
It's giving Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah, definitely. I've been thinking about that a lot. And it's also giving, like, sometimes it reminds me of How To with John Wilson, mostly because I'm also watching that on HBO, but you just get to a look at some people's lives that are so odd, and
yeah,
I find it really funny at times.
Hell yeah. I want to watch it.
You should. I think you'd like it.
I have also been watching an HBO show. I have been watching And Just Like That, which is the Sex and the City reboot, I guess we're calling it. And the only reason I am still watching it because it is, I don't know, objectively not great. For a myriad of reasons, but I'm still watching it because I feel connected to these characters. I think that everybody probably has a movie or a series. I mean, I think you might feel that way with Marvel. You've been trucking along with Marvel for a long time.
I don't know that I would call it a connection. It's like, I don't know what it is.
It's just some sort of weird, like, yeah. Maybe a fascination. Maybe it's a fascination. Anyway, I just want to touch on, okay, so we have the four main characters. the four white ladies that everybody knows: Miranda, Charlotte, Carrie, and Samantha. Samantha is Kim Cattrall, and she is not on this reboot, famously because her and Sarah Jessica Parker, who plays Carrie, had a huge public feud falling out. And Kim Cattrall was like, "There's no amount of money that you can pay me to get me back on that show."
Wow.
And HBO tried it, and they got her for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I haven't watched the episode yet. It just came out, I think, today. But what I want to say just about this reboot is, okay, so it's about four white ladies, and HBO or whoever the writers were very intentionally wanted to include people of color in this reboot, and you can tell because we have like everybody, all of the friends got new friends, and all of those friends are people of color, women of color, which like I love that. Yeah. I appreciate that. I like seeing some diversity on screen. I like hearing that my favorite characters are diversifying their friend group. I'm so pro this. The thing is, we get four different people of color, and we have yet to see any of them in a room together. We're on like episode 10, and they keep talking about, let's all go out to dinner. Let's all, my friend so-and-so, we should meet. I want you to meet.
They're teasing it out.
These sorts of things. They're teasing it, dude. I think it's odd that we have never seen two of them on screen together.
It's like that's two at once, unheard of.
That's all I'm saying.
That's funny. Okay, well, I feel like I know when the show comes out because everyone online is like, the show sucks. That's the online temperature that I'm reading.
Yeah, okay, but I think it is like literally it's people like me who grew up watching Sex and the City who are just
cannot not watch it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, I guess, yeah, it is like a connection thing. Yeah. And then too, like, I feel part of an audience, like, we're all watching it together, whether we like it or not.
We're in this shit together.
It's like a soap opera kind of.
Yeah. All right.
That's what it feels like. It's like it's bad, but we're in it together.
I've never seen a single episode of Sex and the City.
Well, it's too late for you.
Yeah, and I never will because it's too late.
No, it's not too late. You could start with the movies.
Movies?
Yeah, there's two movies.
I'm so glad I didn't binge it for the new show. Imagine.
Yeah. I would fall asleep watching Sex and the City when I was in high school. They used to play it on E. Do you remember
I remember E.
They used to play it on E at night, and I would turn it on Sex and the City, and I would fall asleep every night listening to the ladies.
Wow. Would you ever watch, what is that show, The Soup?
Oh my God, with Joel McHale.
With Joel McHale. Yeah. Wow.
Uh-huh. Anyway, let's jump into our double feature, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's talk about Old Boy. You want to?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, hit me with some facts.
Okay, Old Boy came out in 2003. The reason we're reviewing it is because it was just released by Neon because they did a new restoration of the film and a new transcription. There's like all new captions that are better than they ever were in terms of the translation. And it's also its 20th anniversary, so they released it back in theaters for like a weekend or a week or something like that. So, and I'd never seen it, and it was on my list of must see. It's a movie that is referenced like all the time by other films, and it was very, I don't know, important to cinema. Here's some facts. It was written and directed by Park Chan-wook, who also directed Snowpiercer and The Handmaiden, which we've reviewed The Handmaiden. It's based on a manga by Garen Tsuchiya and Nobuaki Minegishi. I'm gonna fumble these names, and I apologize in advance. It's starring Choi Min-sik, Yu Ji-tae, and Kang Ge-jong. Here's a description from IMDb. After being kidnapped and imprisoned for 15 years, Oh Daisu is released only to find that he must find his captor in 5 days. It has an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, you had seen this before, but what did you think this time around?
I had very different feelings toward it this time around. But I want to hear what you thought actually first.
My first thought is that I really, really wish I hadn't had this spoiled.
Oh.
Okay, we will spoil it from now on. If you have any interest, just go watch it. It will. I know a lot of people are like, I don't care about spoilers, but this spoiler, I think, makes the movie a lot less impactful. Okay, so yeah, I had the twist spoiled, so I was kind of watching it like, well, I know what's going to happen with that, and I'm never going to experience the like gut punch of that reveal. I don't even know what it would feel like. Probably bad. However, learning about everything else, didn't know that this movie took place in a prison for a lot of it. Didn't know about the bad guy and his motivations. And all of that was really fun. It was really fun to go into a movie and not know what it was about, except that it's iconic.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good, aside from the things that have aged horribly. Not even aged horribly, but just are horrible, actually. Not even a matter of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Which is like, there's a lot of like sexual violence against women and really creepy, unfortunate ways. And the two female characters, or however many, are horrible. Yeah, and just treated like shit. So that all sucks. But the plot and the twists, the turns, how it was shot, the fight scenes. It's not an action film, but there is a fight scene, you know? And
there's a couple,
but it's not like an action. It doesn't read to me like an action movie. Like John Wick, where it's just like, we're fighting. Yeah, overall, I thought it was good. But what did you think? I'm assuming that stuff affected you more than it had the first time you saw it.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I wasn't spoiled on it. I literally, oh my God, for whatever reason, one weekend I watched, it was early quarantine, and one weekend I watched Old Boy and Train to Busan. I don't know why I did that to myself. But the first time I watched it, I was like, oh my God, this is the most twisted movie I've ever seen. And I still think that maybe not the most, but it is incredibly twisted. This movie is like, you just never know where we're going. You know what? I think
it's like Ari Aster vibes in terms of the twist and the shit that goes on is very much to me like Ari Aster, Are You Okay kind of shit.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I agree. Like, it was done really well. Like, it was shot really well. It's like a very aesthetic, easy movie to look at and to watch, which I think like lends itself, because we are like having to read subtitles the whole time. I think like the fact that the movie is so just like easy on the eyes, it just like it helps.
It's very stylish. But it does look cool.
It
Like
is very
there's
stylish.
a shot of like the main character and Mido sitting on the bed, and like that's when they first get a gift box. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're just like sitting on the bed with the covers on them, and the shot's like really wide angle. That shot was very cool. And it didn't even need to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of shots like that where I got like Wes Anderson vibes from. This guy is a really great filmmaker. But I gotta say, it was like my feelings about the plot itself were largely overshadowed by the fact that this movie is 20 years old and it got re-released into theaters, and now it has re-entered like the zeitgeist and the pop culture conversation, and it does have all of this violence against women in a way that is not like, it didn't feel like it was taking a stand on it. It just kind of felt like it like was serving as a plot point. And it was really it was hard to watch not one but two women say no and then like be sexually violated.
Like when Mito, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, I'm sorry, when she was like talking to Daesu about like how she will have sex with him when she's ready, I'm like, okay, totally.
She's crying.
Totally
dude.
fair. But then she says, like, even if I resist, like, that's, I still want it or something. And that just reeks of like a male writer to me.
That's exactly what I thought too.
Yeah.
And it like, more than that, like young men are going to watch this movie and think, and like that behavior is going to be normalized to them on screen. Like, it's okay if a woman says no, she doesn't really mean it. No doesn't really mean no. This movie said that multiple times, and that sucks. I really hated seeing that on screen, and I hated, like, I think I would have felt differently if we just watched this at home, but the fact that it had a wide release, and I know that like so many young men went to go see this movie, and that is going to infiltrate the way that they see and approach women, consciously or unconsciously. I don't know, that just like, it sucks that it like put a damper on it, but like, and so when I walked away from that movie, yes, it did feel like a gut punch because obviously it is so twisted and the movie is incredibly just like grossly fucked up. But more than that, I was just like, God, it sucks that we're still having to have this conversation over and over and over again.
And like the fucked up nature of the plot is like fine. Like that's not the issue.
Yeah.
Even though it's so fucked up,
Yeah.
it's like, but that is the point. And it's okay
Right.
because of the circumstances.
Right.
That is what happens. Like, but yeah, it is a shame. And it's a shame that we even get a message from Park Chan-wook at the beginning and the end of the film. And I wish that was addressed.
Me
and,
too.
I mean, maybe, I don't know South Korean culture at all when it comes to like their relationship with like consent. But Neon Films surely has like a stance.
Yeah.
And they should have put it in. But alas, luckily it was a very small part of the film. And not something that happened over and over and over again like it has in other films.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Okay, well, I want to know, how did you feel? Okay, well, how long ago was the twist ruined for you? And did you remember the details of what it was spoiled? And how did you feel when you got to the twist?
Okay, so here comes the twist. If you're listening and you really don't care, maybe we should go through the plot real quick.
Go on.
There's this guy, Odaesu. He is arrested for like public drunkenness, and then he's released and he's kidnapped. He's put in this weird, freaky prison that gives him food and lets him watch TV, but he doesn't know why he's there. It's got like wallpaper and shit on the walls. It's like not normal prison. And just as he's about to escape, he gets released and he gets hypnotized right before or as he's getting released. Then he's out on the town trying to figure out what the hell happened. He goes to this sushi restaurant. He meets this woman. They go back to her apartment, and then he begins his search for this dumpling place because he figured that the dumpling place would be connected to whoever's in charge of this prison, and he ate the dumplings every day in that prison so he would know how it tasted. And one day he found like a piece of paper inside the dumpling. I loved all of that, by the way.
Me too.
He's trying to figure out why he was put there. He finally figures out a little morsel of that, which is that he, quote, talks too much. That's all he hears. He's like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I can't believe I was thrown in this prison for that. He figures out where the bosses are, and he finally meets who put him there. And it's this guy who gives him an ultimatum very late in the movie, which is odd. Really late ultimatum for a movie. However, I thought that once that ultimatum was given, the movie really sped up. And he says, you need to figure out why I put you there, and you have 5 days. Otherwise, I'm going to kill that girl from the sushi place that he's been connecting with.
Or himself. If you don't figure it out, I'm going to kill myself, and you'll never find out.
Oh, or himself. Also, at this point, Daesu has had sex with that girl. He's now really trying to remember because his best friend who was helping him with this investigation was murdered by the villain. We see this really cool like flashback where the main character is also in the flashback where he's walking around his old schoolyard, and he's also seeing flashes of his memory where he saw the villain when they were all in high school have an incestual relationship with his sister. And he gets caught seeing them fool around. Then he tells one person afterwards that he didn't know that they were siblings, he did not know that. He just thought they were two people fooling around. He tells one person, hey, these people were like making out in the lab. And the person's like, oh, who was it? And he's like, some girl with a red bike. And the guy immediately was like, and walks away. And because he started that rumor, that is why he was put in prison, even though he didn't even know what rumor he started, which is wild.
Mm-hmm. That is wild.
So you talk too much isn't like literal. It's like you spread this gossip. So he finds it out within 5 days. He confronts the bad guy in his fancy penthouse, and the bad guy's like, now I have some shit to reveal to you. And we learn that Mido, the woman he's had sex with and has been working with this whole time, is his daughter from before prison. I'm just gonna let that sink in.
Yeah.
And so Daesu is like begging the bad guy not to tell the daughter the truth, and he cuts his tongue off, and he's like, okay, I won't tell her, it's fine. And then the bad guy kills himself. And then we cut to later, and Daesu is now trying to get hypnotized again by the same hypnotist so that he can forget that she is his daughter, so that they can remain together.
Dude.
I did not see that coming. That was not spoiled to me.
That part.
So when the reveal happened, like I knew as soon as we were in the sushi restaurant, which is very early, I was like, that's going to be the daughter. So that wasn't very fun for me, and the reveal wasn't super fun. It was fun to like be with my husband who was reacting because he didn't know.
Yeah.
But then the hypnotist scene at the end, I was like, oh shit! Like this is already fucked up, and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
What do you think of the final shot where like he's hugging his daughter who he's now in love with again, without remembering that that's his daughter. She has no idea that that's her father. he smiles, but then he makes this weird, like, ambiguous face. What did you make of that?
I mean, he's probably lost. I think he just kind of seemed like worn, like he's been through some shit.
Like his brain is just now a pile of mush.
Yeah, right. And it's not like he can communicate it. He cut off his tongue. Which, by the way, there was 2 shots in here that were just absolutely like I was watching through my fingers. The first one was when he ate a live octopus, which, by the way, guess how many takes that took?
I pray to God it's 1.
It was 4. He ate 4 live octopus.
He really fucking ate that thing.
He really ate it. He really did. And I read that he is Buddhist. And so he would say a prayer before every take, which is so fucked up. Why would you make him do 4 takes? Anyway, anything for the movie.
Maybe he was fine with it and he was really chill about it.
Maybe.
Watching those tentacles after they've been disconnected from the head of an octopus still wrap around his face as he's eating it.
Dude. There was one, I was reading that there was one take. The first take, they put salt on the octopus so that he could, so that it would taste better. But then it, they didn't get the tentacle thing.
Oh.
It shriveled up or whatever.
My God. There's a tentacle, there's a weird octopus thing in The Handmaiden too. If you recall.
I don't remember.
It's in that weird seedy underbelly. I can't really remember more. It's in a tank.
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't remember.
He's got a thing for him, I'm guessing. Okay, what was the other moment?
Yep, when he cut off his tongue.
Yeah, I was not looking at the screen at all. I was just looking at my husband, waiting for him to give me the signal when it was all over.
Mm-hmm. He cut off his tongue with a pair of scissors.
Not even shears, scissors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, scissors that you have on your desk.
Oh my God. Which literally though.
Yeah.
Fair reaction. That is a fair reaction to what he just fucking learned.
Yeah. I think, okay, but here it is. He was oh my God, I have been fucking my daughter. I feel so much and I feel so strongly right now. I'm going to cut off my tongue. I'm still going to fuck my daughter, but in a low key kind of way and also in a mute kind of way.
That's what's so fucked up about it is that even after he learned, he was I can't not. And
dude, that takes all of her power away. The fact that he that these 2 men who have taken advantage of women, they decided together to take both of the women's power away. That sucks. I hated that so bad. It made me mad.
I think that these 2 characters are very parallel with each other though. Just because he's the protagonist does not mean he's a good guy, because clearly he's not. When he immediately escapes, he lets someone commit suicide, and does not give a shit. So
mm-hmm.
And actually in the first scene, he's an ass from the get-go, right? These are not good people. And they are there's much more, they have a lot more connection than we think.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Yeah, I kind of saw them both as the villain, but yeah, of course we get a protagonist and an antagonist, obviously, because we're following Dae-soo. We're not following the villain or the antagonist.
Yes, maybe he's more of a villain because he put someone in prison for 15 years and all that just to make a evil little point, but that does not make the main character the hero. He's a villain in his own way.
Right. I mean, yeah, it was, I don't know, just all of it was incredibly gross. Oh God, it's such a gross movie. And then there's this shot too. It's in the very, very early it's like a super gross shot, and I just knew, like, after I saw that, I just knew. I was like, oh my god, I'm in for it. It's the shot where Dae-soo is in prison and he's staring at this painting, and he's like smiling but like really fucked up, and we're like so close, we're like really tight on his face, and then like some time a time lapse happens, and he grew out his hair, and he like obviously aged, as if to signal like the passage of time, but just like the look on his face and like how tight we were on his face, it was just so, dude, everything was so uncomfortable.
Isn't he like shaking his head rapidly?
He like, I don't remember that.
Ants come out of his skin.
That's right, dude. Like, oh my god, this movie is so hard to watch. It's really fucked up. It's but at the same time, like it's so well done. It's so stylish, and like at no point was I like, did I feel bored, or like was I like ready for it to like, okay, hurry up, which I don't know, like that's impressive. I think any movie that can do that is like, hell yeah.
Like I was so, every few minutes there was like a new thing for me to be excited about learning or watching. Like the prison, very fascinating. Prisons, when they're really unique, are really interesting to watch. Andor, the Star Wars show, had a really interesting one. Then when he gets out, I'm like, whoa, where's this going to go from here? And now he's on the dumpling search. I'm like, whoa, he's a really active character, which is great. And then he gets the ultimatum, and those 5 days, they go by so quickly. Well, I remember one day was literally like a shot. And I was like, hell yeah, this movie's flying at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also really liked, we got, okay, so for like the first act, I want to say, we were getting Dae-soo narrating, and this is a really interesting, I like this storytelling device. For like the first full act, we get Dae-soo narrating, and he's kind of catching us up on who he is and what his life has been like, and also like what prison has been like, and what, like, how he wants to act and behave, and what his plan is whenever he gets out. And like, we're watching him work out, we're watching him kind of like have his own grievances with himself and his past, and kind of like we're watching this man fight his demons in prison. And then we're also getting his narration, and then like as soon as he gets out of prison, then the narration says to us, okay, now we're caught up. And I like that.
Yeah, that was really cool. He was also writing down like his life story in a journal, in multiple journals. Nothing ever came of those.
Well, except for Mito read them.
And she still didn't realize that was her dad?
But she got hypnotized.
She did get hypnotized.
She got hypnotized.
That's
out
so
of
true.
It.
And that's another thing that like makes it less fucked up, is like they literally hypnotized these two people to fall in love.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yes, I understand that, but then he knew, and then he still decided that, oh,
what if that was
actually she
the
doesn't
hypnotism?
What do you mean?
Like, what if it was like, even knowing that he couldn't not like love her?
Dude, she deserves to know.
Oh, like he could have still told her.
She deserves to make that
decision. He could have still told her.
Yeah.
When the bad guy like goes in the elevator, as the door is closing, he says something that along the lines of, "We knew everything and still loved each other. We, as in him and his sister. Can you?" He asked Dae-soo, and the answer was no.
Yeah. 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 Okay, but also that he did not have a consensual relationship with his sister. That was not, I would not call that consensual.
I think that they both, I think that she loved him because when she's like jumping off the dam, like the language she's using towards him is like, okay, no, they fooled around and she liked it. But the scene where we see them fool around, was non-consensual. I don't know why. It did not have to be.
Yeah, but then that creates like a certain power dynamic. Like like were her feelings under duress? I mean, she literally killed herself. Like, you know, like she wasn't. I mean, the girl was dealing with some shit. There was like a really fucked up power dynamic between the two of them. And then he carried it for the whole rest of his life. He carried that power over her. I don't know, dude. That shit like genuinely bothered me. Like just all of the consent stuff, all of like the power dynamics, the fact that it was incest. Okay, fine. Like
because it's a part of the the plot,
right?
And the motivation.
Right. But what we're seeing is like real life shit that women, like real life violence that women are having to deal with all the time still to this day. And it just sucks like seeing it on screen and like not having her part of the story. It was the men's story.
I mean,
and
it can't always be both, but it did not even need to be non-consensual. That's what's so frustrating. It could have been still incestual and they still could have just been making out. And when Daisu and his daughter fall in love, they could have just fallen in love. There didn't have to be some creepy ass lines about it. Like that is what makes it so icky. It's fully not needed. Exactly. It feels like male fantasy shit where they're writing this script. Yeah.
I mean that is a fetish, like consent, non-consent. And I don't know. It a common one. That shit bothers me. Yeah, man. It bothers me.
All right, let's score it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again, but I think that like people should. I don't know. It's like it's a genuinely fucked up movie, but just take it with the caveat that there is extreme violence against women. I'm gonna give it. It's a full 6.
I'm gonna give it a 8. All right, Movie Mavens score 7 out of 10. Let's move on and talk about The Platform.
Oh, you froze.
Am I back?
Hello, you're back. Okay, yes.
Okay, The Platform came out in 2019. It has an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, written by David DeSola and Pedro Rivero, directed by, this one's a hard one, Galder, Castello, Urusha. God, I'm saying that all incredibly wrong. Here's the description from IMDb. Vertical prison with 1 cell per level, period. That's not a sentence. 2 people per cell, period. Only 1 food platform and 2 minutes per day to feed, period. And an endless nightmare trapped in the hole, period. All right. That's the description. Okay. What'd you think?
Incredibly interesting premise. It was giving Hunger Games right away. It was giving, like, I loved how sterile everything was. Like, we're in these rooms and we get like a uniform, a toilet, 2 beds. There's a couple of lights, and then there's just a massive gaping hole in the bottom of the floor, but there's also a massive gaping hole in the ceiling as well. So it's like one literal like cylindrical or like, you know, one floor really. And it like that is so strong to me. I think just immediately straight out of the gate, just like that premise, I was hooked. I was like, okay, I'm in, I'm ready. Like, what's going to happen? How is this going to happen? I love this premise. What did you think?
I'm right there with you. I love the premise. I was like very pulled in. But overall, I think I think it was just okay. Like by the time I finished it, I was like, oh, okay, like there's some really weak stuff in there. Like I thought the dialogue
Yeah.
was one really repetitive in a way I didn't like. Like just ovvio,
Yeah.
like that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
the three people that he meets did not do it for me. The old man, the woman with the dog, and then this last guy who what was his story other than he helped him?
Yeah, also like what was anybody's motivation? Really?
That bothered me so much with the last guy when they are like going to enact their plan. I'm like, why is this the guy to do it? Like there's no there should have been something about him that made him the one.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that just straight up doesn't make sense at all. Like this guy voluntarily goes into this like prison so that he can quit smoking, read Don Quixote, but more importantly, get an honorary diploma. And I'm like, how? How does you being in prison equal honorary diploma? Like, shouldn't you need to contribute something to get that? Like labor or like that did not add up to me.
But they weren't calling it a prison though at that point.
That's true. They just called it the hole.
Yeah. And so that led me to believe it was some sort of experiment.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's a good point. The second person he meets, this woman with a dog, gives him so much shit for bringing a book. And I'm like, you brought a dog
into a place where like people don't eat. People are going to eat your dog, lady.
Yeah. Where people eat people. This place where people eat people. And there's shots where you could see other people's rooms, and I saw a kiddie pool and I saw a surfboard. So don't tell me that a book is the stupidest thing to bring.
I clocked that too.
So yeah, some things don't make sense, but premise amazing, the look of it amazing. I'm excited to see if this director gets to make something bigger next time, because I think he's got something going for him.
Yeah, this very much, like, I really appreciated, I liked how controlled it was. I liked that we didn't get a lot of explanation. Like, I didn't need to see the top level. I didn't need to know and understand everything about this place. I didn't need to know, like, there was just a lot of things that we weren't given that I wasn't curious about. Like, it was such a controlled environment. But the things that I did need, which was like motivation, and also I think just like some of the timelines felt a little wonky, just in terms of like literally pure survival. Like there was one point, I think there was one point where they weren't eating, or he was on a lower level where he wasn't eating, and he got weak like immediately. Yeah. And I'm like you don't expend that much energy just literally sitting on a bed. Like yeah.
I think that like the fact that it went to cannibalism so quickly was like unbelievable.
Yeah. I think so too, but also we can't put ourselves in this situation. Like, this is such a unique situation that literally anything is possible.
Yeah.
Like, they were so incredibly, like, everyone was hostile. Like, it was such a hostile place. And I really liked the lady kind of bringing in this optimism, much like our main character did. He brought in a lot of optimism. It was really naive though, but she offered like some more insight. She kind of understood. She kind of saw like what the program was trying to offer and like what they wanted to accomplish there, that it just straight up wasn't, and like I think wasn't translated like to the people there. And I appreciated that kind of like breath of fresh air. I didn't like how quickly like she folded, I guess. But also, I don't know, that like imagine being there. Like I would probably fold too. I would go crazy, I think.
Yeah, I think most people would. It was reminding me a lot of Snowpiercer, actually, which is funny. And
Yeah.
similar, like
Yeah.
this movie is like not quiet about how it's a metaphor. Okay, one thing though I hated was his like weird sex dream with that other lady, the violent lady. And then that's like one of the last things we see in the movie. Horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't appreciate that either. I think
This movie relied on a lot of like fading between the four characters we know over our character, but not saying anything. Just like, look, he's remembering them. Or look, he's going crazy and he's remembering them. Like that would happen multiple times, and it's like, that doesn't mean anything. You aren't saying anything.
yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like watching his mind deteriorate, but we didn't need to watch his mind deteriorate because we were watching his body deteriorate, which I really appreciated. Like he looked worse and worse throughout the movie, which is the whole, I mean, is the, like, that's what the plot gives. It's like these people are suffering. It is bad in there. I do want to ask though, how do you think, okay, so like she would go down all the time. She would like take the platform down. Here's the setup. She was looking for her kid, who was presumed to be a son. And everyone was saying there's no kids in the hole. They're like, she is a crazy person. She's never going to find her son.
Then we learned that she doesn't even have a kid.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And then it
lo and behold,
come to find out, spoiler, come to find out the kid is at the very last level 338.
I thought it was 333.
And was it?
I thought so.
Dude, I don't know. It was late. I was tired. I was trying
Threes
to
and eights look
like,
very similar.
Also, reading subtitles, like,
yeah,
reading subtitles, being tired, everything was blurring at that point. But anyway, we're on the last level and we see a kid, and my question is like, did she just never make it down to the bottom? Did someone just like rip her off of the platform and like take advantage of her every time she rode down?
I guess so. How would she get back up?
She would ride the platform.
No. Because if you were to jump,
okay,
like it wouldn't. It's going too fast.
No. Okay, yeah. And she would only do it once a month. So she would like go down as far as she could.
Maybe she would do it at the end of the month when like that night or something, they sedate you to move you to a different level. So she was. So I guess so. Icky.
How did the kid get down there?
They don't want you to think about that. How did he get there? How is it separate from his mother?
How did he survive? Like, how many months was he down there with zero food?
And it seemed like
we're
watching,
food. We're watching Old Boy.
Sorry, go ahead.
We're watching Old Boy like literally get weak after a week and a half of no food, and supposedly a child survived for months alone in a concrete like slab.
It doesn't add up.
No,
maybe
it doesn't.
Maybe he was already dead. No, that was real. Like the food also seemed to, go away as early as like level 100. It seemed.
Yeah. I mean, that's what that is what the lady was trying to say, is like, theoretically there is enough food for everyone, but people, it's kind of like, I mean, I guess the metaphor is great, like the metaphor for like hoarding resources, and I would see it as like wealth inequality, like the people at the top are, they're eating good, and just literally not even leaving crumbs for anyone else. And then we get the lady who is like, she like comes in hunky dory, like she wants to make a difference. She wants everyone to eat. and is very quickly discouraged, incredibly quickly discouraged. She sees one hardship, she caved. She's like, I can't.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. Very cool premise.
Super cool premise, dude. I really, really, really like this premise. I really like an original movie. I also just really like how sterile this was. It just kind of like how I was saying with Old Boy, like how stylish it was and how easy like everything was to watch on screen, and then that made reading the subtitles easier. That's how I felt about this movie too. Like everything was so sterile and there wasn't much to look at on screen, and so it made reading subtitles way easier. And I know that that's like such an American thing, but I think a lot of people do get discouraged by subtitles, and like they won't watch a movie that I think they would really like because of that. And what did Bong Joon-ho call it?
Oh, I can't remember.
He's like it was like, I don't know, a 3-inch roadblock or something
3-inch
like
what?
that. Roadblock or something like that.
Like obstacle?
Or handicap. Yeah, obstacle.
Let's see.
Yeah, something.
Quote about subtitles. Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films.
That's so true, though. And I feel like even for me, someone can recommend a movie to me a dozen times, and that is a barrier for entry for me of reading subtitles. Like, it's just not my favorite thing to do. And I admittedly have a hard time with it. But both of these movies, super easy for me, like digestible even. And like, I was able to enjoy them. And I think it's because of just how clean everything was on screen. And so it, like, my eyes were able to do like a double time like that.
I'm a subtitle girly. It doesn't hold me back, but I can't watch something not in English with subtitles on if it's late because I'm sleepy.
Dude, that was me with the platform. It was like 10:30 and my eyes were like blurring, but I was so intrigued and I wanted to finish it. I was like, oh my God. You know what movie like really, really was really difficult for me to watch? Drive My Car. I think it's in Japanese. Those subtitles. Okay, first of all, that movie's like 3 hours long, and it's such a long movie, and there's so much going on screen all the time. That movie was really. It is boring. It was like, that was a hard one to watch. Both of these movies, not difficult in terms of subtitles. Yeah. So if that is a barrier for you, these movies might be a great jumping off point. No pun intended.
Jumping over a 1-inch barrier. You can do it. Okay, I'm going to give the platform a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Movie Maven score for the platform, 5 out of 10.
Okay, well, that's it. That is it. I would say... No, that's it. Okay, follow us on Instagram at Movie Mavens. And that's it. Movie Mavens all the way out.